Hey everyone, Tom Bowler 1993 here, and welcome to part 13 of my 20th anniversary walkthrough of Tomb Raider 1 from 1996. And the level we are on now is Natla's Mines, believe it or not. Now this level was quite a pain in the ass for me to deal with, because there's one thing I had to contend with for the first act of the level. You were stripped of all of your weapons and you have to get them off Natla's henchmen. Now normally that would happen, but since I'm on infinite ammo, at least it tells me otherwise, so I got all my weapons. And this level, yeah, there's one unique thing about this level. You know how Palace Midas had the most enemies? 43 of them in total? Well, this one, Natla's Mines, has only 3. Left switch, which opens the door next to the river. As usual, like most levels, it has 3 secrets. And another thing I might add, after this one, there's only 2 more levels left. By the time I film the final level, my walkthrough will be complete. I'm glad I didn't screw up that jump there. What am I saying? I've timed my jumps perfectly, regardless of whether I was careful or not. Because like I said, sometimes I need to be careful, sometimes I don't. Sometimes you gotta do running jumps, like, that includes grabbing, sometimes you don't. Now if you're trying to get your pistols back, there are 3 key items that you need. That's only if you're not on infinite ammo, in other words. 3 fuse batteries. That's what you need. Boulders get more unique in every environment. That's the beauty of boulders, that as with any other track, they get more unique the more areas you travel in. Let's see. Now what you do now is get on top of the box and jump on the shack. Yeah, I still remember my glitchy training. Now this switch releases the boat downriver. In other words, it magically cuts off the invisible mooring rope or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe it's some kind of winch. Oh, and you may, and you, if you want to get the first secret, you need to get that cabin down by using the 3 fuses you come across. Yeah, even the blocks say Natla. It's all property of Natla. If you know, the little dots underneath Natla are hard to make out, but I can guess that it says Natla Technologies, since that is the company that Natla owns. Now in here, there's a switch which activates a machine. I gotta say, that's a nicely designed railway drilling machine for PlayStation 1 standards. And that's what you need to get out of the way to continue further with the level. Keep pushing and get on top of the block, and there's a switch. Oh, and in the Atlantis levels, UZ clips are very common. More common than than all the other ammo combined. Whereas in the beginning of the game, you first come across the Uzi clips as a secret in City of Vilcabamba, which it would tell the player that it's a rare form of ammunition, if you will. This is going to be quite a lot of backtracking there, people, so you'll have to bear with me. Again with the perfect jump in. There's the gate that the switch opened. And now this switch activates the conveyor belt. Which drops out another fuse. That's all 3 fuses. Oh, and there is a difference between the original Natla's Mines and Anniversaries. More enemies. Rats, in other words. Rats made more frequent appearances in Anniversary, as well as Natla's henchmen. Yeah, the cabin in here, you'd normally find the pistols right over there. I know it feels stupid for me to pick them up even though I already have them, but this is just a demonstration. Get up here, and that secret I mentioned earlier, it's up here. Turn to the right, turn to the right as you come into the cave, and then climb your way up through this gate. And this is a puzzle that you have to face. You have to keep jumping over the lava pit until the trapdoor closes. And they reused that same puzzle in Tomb Raider 2 for the level Wreck of the Maria Doria. Now as for the switch in here, it opens up the gate that closes behind you. Now moving on. This takes you back down to the river. Or the river. It's not so much a river. Well, sort of is, but it's an underwater cave. Now let's head on back to that large volcanic cave. as soon as you go into the large part of the cave, you better ready your weapons. Beyond this point, you will encounter your first enemy.
Nothing personal.
There he is. The cowboy. And by the sound of his weapons, he would have stolen your magnums. Now these guys, they take quite a lot of hits. But it only takes about, I don't know, 30 seconds to kill him, something like that. There's nothing else there. See? Dead ends, just like in Lost Valley. Right. Oof. I got really lucky. Otherwise I would have burnt to a crisp in the lava. Oh, hey, puss. Excuse me for 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Looked like my cat wanted to be the centre of attention, or in other words, make a guest appearance in my walkthrough. But he was just really hungry or wanted to go out. But enough about my cat. So let's move on with the game, shall we? Because we haven't got long to go. 2 levels after this, and it's going to be difficult and pretty much biblical and weird and horrifying. Bit horrifying, but not like Resident Evil or Last of Us horrifying, something like that. But I will try comparing it to any other horror games that you may suggest in the comments below. Maybe stuff like, I don't know, Nightmare Creatures. Right. This is where it starts to get difficult. Once you step on this lava, you will die instantly. So please follow my pattern and ignore any mistakes I make, because I'm trying to make less and less and less mistakes. So do not attempt to copy any mistakes I may have, otherwise you're gonna have a bad time. This is where Secret 2 comes into place. Yeah, you need to act fast when a boulder is coming your way while trying to push the block. There is no room because there is no room for complacency when it comes to doing stuff like that. Especially during life and death situations. Trying to remember how I got there. here's all the goodies that you'll come across. UZ clips. The whole bit here is where you come out when you want to make your way out back onto the lava obstacles. Oh, one fact about the cowboy, yeah, in Anniversary he was replaced with Larson, as we may know. So Larson was still alive in Anniversary until Natla's Mines. And he would intercept Lara while using the drill machine. Let's make our way out and back onto that difficult lava pillar. No matter how many mistakes I make, ignore them at all costs, yeah? Almost there. Yeah, this part was even more difficult in Anniversary. Just to make sure, I'll just slope down backwards. There's a TNT crate that you have to drag out. You can actually slot the TNT crate in the opening and try to jump, well, not directly into the opening, but about one square back from where you're supposed to jump. But I don't wanna waste too much time doing it. Yeah, see, you can jump up onto the little cave to when even when the block is one square away. This is also a bit of a tricky bit. Now the switch, what it does, it blows up the TNT. Now let's get back to where the explosion took place. Yep, the TNT grate has gone kaboom. As you can see here, they just splashed some of the textures from the box to make it look like the box exploded all over the place and opened up a massive hole. And opened up something on the other side, what appears to be a skate park, where we come across our second enemy. Listen. Yep, it's a skateboarding teenager who possesses Uzis. Once he's dead, you can collect the Uzis from him. And in Anniversary, he had a name called Jerome Johnson, or Jerome the Kid Johnson, if you will, or just the Kid. But he didn't have a skateboard in Anniversary. The skateboarding park was cut out of Natla's minds for Anniversary because of how ridiculous it sounded when placed into a mine. Because skate parks, along with either mines or Atlantis, don't mix, unless of course it's a fun, unless of course it's like a game that you play on the Wii or something like that, or some multiplayer party game. And that's 3 secrets officially obtained for this level. Yeah, it is a pretty big skate park, as you can see. A very hypothetical one. A hypothetical underworld, sort of. Save here. Moving on. We have an unpredictable boulder pattern here. Oh God! God, that was lucky. No, Since this boulder is made of lava, or molten rock, or it could be some kind of fireball, whatever you want to call it, it should have killed Lara, or at least reduced her to a pile of smouldering ash, or burnt her to a crisp. Right away. Now we have to keep climbing on up. Push this invisible, well not invisible, this cracked block to here. And you may notice that this texture looks a little different compared to previous textures that we've come across in the level. And the doors are a little bit different too, just to let you know. Gotta hurry this up because the battery's gonna be dead soon. Down here and push this block. Ignore that door because it just opens and closes constantly. Our last enemy for the level, of course, is in the distance, waiting for you, beyond this point. Around the corner we have a black guy with a shotgun. Who was named Kincaid Cold in Tomb Raider Anniversary. And he is probably, well, I'm not sure, I guess he takes a lot of hits. Well, actually he does. He doesn't take very long to defeat. And yes, you you will reclaim your shotgun if you didn't get it from Secret 2 earlier on. This is quite a difficult one. Because you are climbing. Well, because if you're a. Sorry, I'm lost for words again. If you're climbing up, that means you're climbing on the very bottom of the pyramid of Atlantis. Somewhere around here, the door that the switch activated opens up here on your right. And yeah, use eclipses starting to become more frequent. There's the pyramid key, which opens up the pyramid. We're in here, and that's Natla's Mines complete. Before I end it here, I will play 2 cut scenes for you. Yeah, that egg is very ominous. Join me next time when I tackle a very high structure again. See you later. Not like that, Bob.